Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This video is just a little update. We went to the doctor today. I went to my doctor, and then AnnaShae and Elena went to their doctor because my last video I mentioned that we were sick. Well, my doctor prescribed me some antibiotics to get rid of all this sickness. And then I mentioned to her about me being dizzy, which I don't think I mentioned that in my last video. But I mentioned to her about me being dizzy, and it started about the time I ran out of my migraine medicine. And she said I could be going through withdrawals because being on the Coumadin or warfarin, you're more sensitive to stuff like that. So we got back on that. Christian's gonna go pick it up here pretty soon. AnnaShae, please stop. Christian's gonna go pick it up here pretty soon. And then we took AnnaShae and Elena to their doctor to get looked at. AnnaShae has an ear infection, so they prescribed her some antibiotics. And then something else, I think, for the cough. And then they couldn't really prescribe anything for Elena because she's so young. But while we were there, I did mention to them about me thinking that AnnaShae might be having some seizures, because sometimes she'll be playing and then all of a sudden she'll just look off, and sometimes she'll respond to me and sometimes she won't. But it goes on for about 10 to 15 seconds, and it happens like two to three times a day. And it's been going on for about a year, and I didn't think anything of it until I was looking on Facebook and I seen this post about epilepsy. And I just was reading it. Don't rip that open, please. I was just reading it, and it said a type of epilepsy is absent seizures, which is just staring into space. So the doctor that we seen today wasn't their regular pediatrician, but she went to go get their regular one. And then I also mentioned that most of y'all don't know this, but Christian is not AnnaShae's real father. He is her dad because he's been there since day one, but he is not her father. Her father has something called NEUROFIBROMATOSIS, which is little tumors all over the body and brown spots all over the body. Well, sorry, I don't know what happened to my tripod, but it broke. Anyways, excuse me. What was I saying? What, baby?
Wait.
Anyways, the neurofibromatosis is a bunch of tumors on the body, and excuse me, and a bunch of brown spots on the body. And she's had this one brown spot on her arm since she was a baby, since she was born. And I asked them about it when she went to get one of her jaundice levels checked. Excuse me. And they said that it was normal and it was nothing to worry about. So I didn't. Well, as time went on, it grew with her arm, and she started developing more spots and darker spots. So today, while we were at the doctor, I asked them about it. So they said that they would go and get her regular pediatrician to come back and look at her. And so he came back and he said, "Show me all these spots." So the first one that I showed him was the one on her arm that has been growing with her. And then she raised up her shirt and he looked at all the ones on her belly and the ones on the where her legs meet her groin area, like right there at her hip bones. And he's seen some spots there, and then on her underarms, and then on her back and her legs and all that. And he said, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Huh? Okay, go throw it away. He said, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, the neurofibromatosis. And then I asked him about the seizures, and he said that he'd get it. He recommended us go see a neurologist. So that's what we're going to be waiting on a call about that. And then the place that does checking for the neurofibromatosis is a genetic group out of Louisville, and they come to our area, and they also go to the Mayfield area, which is another part of Western Kentucky. So we'll be waiting for a call from them, waiting for a call for the neurologist, and then he also mentioned something about the ophthalmologist group here in our area, because sometimes it can affect their eyes. So, and I also mentioned, when he said something about that, I mentioned something about her. Whenever she watches TV, she has to be like right up on the TV. And then whenever I let her have my phone, she has it like so close to her face, it looks like it's blinding her. But any other way, she can't see it. So he said they'll check for that. So I'm waiting for a call for the neurologist group, waiting for a call from the genetic place, and then the ophthalmology group here in our area. It's nothing scary. Neurofibromatosis does not affect your way of life. It's just something that you have to live with. It is, neurofibromatosis is a genetic disorder of the nervous system. It mainly affects how nerve cells form and grow. It causes tumors to grow on nerves. You can get neurofibromatosis from your parents, or it can happen because of a mutation or change in your genes. And her father has a bunch of the tumors on his stomach, on his back, and then let me show you the spots. That's something similar to what she has on her whole body. I don't know if you can see that, but most of the time they said that the tumors that they have are just benign, and it's nothing really to worry about. It's just something that we'll have to deal with and keep track of. I think it was before I got pregnant with Elena, I started reading into it because my mom said something about it. Like I said, they don't have, nothing changes with their lifestyle. It won't kill them. You just have to keep track of it and just have to, something that she has to live with. An overview of it says the tumors are usually non-cancerous or benign, but sometimes can become cancerous, malignant. Symptoms are often mild. However, complications of neurofibromatosis can include hearing loss, learning impairment, heart and blood vessel problems, loss of vision, and severe pain. She doesn't ever complain of her hurting anything. She doesn't have any problem with her hearing, although she doesn't listen to us. Her vision, like I mentioned, seems a little off. Let's see here. I was going to say something else about it. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah. Symptoms of it are the flat, light brown spots on the skin, like I showed you on the Google. Freckling in the armpits or groin area, like I mentioned. Tiny bumps on the irises of the eye. She's never been to an eye doctor, so I don't know if she has that or not. Soft tea-sized bumps on or under the skin, bone deformities, tumors on the optic nerve, learning disabilities larger than average head size or short structure. The only thing that she has is the brown spots and then the freckling in the armpits and groin area. I was kind of nervous when we left the doctor's office, and Christian said there's nothing really to be nervous about it. It doesn't mess with her life. It's not going to kill her. If she does end up having some pains, they have pain management for this type of disease that she might have. Now with the seizures, maybe it's just her just looking out of space. But I have to document how many times a day she has it if I notice it, how many seconds of that time does she have it or does she do it, and how many times does she not respond to me when she's having what I think is a seizure. That way they can keep track of it and all that. I've noticed that she's had it for about a year to a year and a half. And if they are seizures, I know seizures affect your brain. So I'm hoping that if they are seizures, that it didn't affect too much of her brain. Because she's really smart. So I don't think it affected much of her brain. But just gonna stop wasting these, please.
Alright.
Just gonna keep track of it. And if they are seizures, just gonna take one step at a time, I guess. And then the NEUROFIBROMATOSIS is just take one step at a time. But if you or someone you know, don't put that in your mouth. Quit. Has neurofibromatosis, and then have the silent or absent seizures, comment down below and quit. You're making a mess. Stop, please. Comment down below, message me on Facebook or Instagram. Kind of put my mind at ease. I know her father, he's born in 88, so he's 31. Yeah, he's 31, and I mean, he's fine. He does have acid reflux for that. He has ulcers, but I don't think it's caused from that. But he lives his life fine. So I don't know why I'm freaking out about it. I think it's just because she's my kid, and it's something that she has to live with. It can be problematic in the future with pain and stuff, but like Christian said, you just have to deal with it. Hopefully she won't have much pain at all when she gets older, and they said it's a rare a rare disease. It says fewer than 200,000 people in the U.S. have it. So treatment can help, but this condition can't be cured. They don't have a cure for it. I guess there's different types of neurofibromatosis, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 can cause bone deformities, learning disabilities, and high blood pressure. Type 2 can cause hearing loss, vision loss, and difficulty with balance. Type 3 can cause chronic pain throughout the body. Some cases may not require treatment other than careful observation. Other cases may require chemotherapy, radiation therapy, or surgery. So I asked him, what do? Do they just take a biopsy from it? And he said, no, it's just something that you have. They just tell you if you have it or not. They don't take any biopsies. They don't take any samples of the skin or anything. It's just you either have it or you don't. It's just from looking at her. They'll tell you if they have it. It also says a condition that causes tumors to form in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. I didn't know anything about the brain or spinal cord. I just knew everything about the nerves. I think I just need to stop reading this stuff because it's just making me more and more and more nervous as time goes on. But like I said, if you have any suggestions on what to do, or if you know somebody, or if you have neurofibromatosis, tell me how old you are, and if you've had any problems with it, or if your kids have it, if they have any problems with it. Just ease my mind a little bit because I'm becoming more and more nervous. And it's just scary just knowing that your kid has something and you can't really do nothing about it. Yeah, but I think that's all on that. Everybody, except for Elena, got some antibiotics prescribed. I got my medicine back up for my migraines, and instead of going Thursday to my INR check, I have to go Tuesday because she said that the antibiotics causes your blood to thin, so my levels might be higher than what they want them to be. So have to go sooner than Thursday to get them checked, and then depending on what that is, the next check, I don't know when that would be, probably depending on how high it went, probably another check on Thursday too, but I don't know. But I just wanted to hop on here and let you guys know what's been going on, and then what we find out today. So that's going to be more content for you guys. I know that's sad to say, but yeah. Anyways, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I don't really get on Twitter, so just follow me on Instagram or Facebook. The links will be down in the description box below. And as always, I love you guys, and I hope you have a blessed weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye. We need to go. Happy day.